Folks, welcome to the Contrarian Report. This is Robert Desmond. Let's begin with a review of last week's stocks that I went over both long and short. The reason why I like to do this is because, A, it's critical that I have transparency, meaning I make my videos and I follow up on them the following week or a couple of weeks later to see whether I was wrong or whether I was right. That's transparency. And you never see anybody on CNBC voluntarily do that. Every once in a while, you see somebody get called out. The last time you were a visitor on this show, you made a call on XYZ stock and failed to live up to its means. And of course, what the guest will say is, well, we cut our losses. And of course, we never came out and told the public that. But we never took that big of a hit. So don't point the finger blaming to me all too much. I was only a little bit wrong. I don't believe that. Let's go over the stocks that we're going to be going over this week. These are stocks that we profiled last week. Almost Family, AFAM, Rex American Resources, Crown Castle International, Dynamics Research Corp, Neurometrics Incorporated. These are stocks that I'm going to. We traded CCMP last week for a profit on Friday, as a matter of fact. So we're going to be looking at CCMP as a swing trade in the coming week or so. Build-A-Bear Workshop. This is on our watch list as a potential long. Balchem Corp, potential long. Apollo Group, APOL, potential long. Houston American Energy, potential long. VOCS, Vocus Inc., potential long. Apple Computer, a short. Tronics Inc., we went over this one several weeks ago. This is an interesting stock, and I'm going to spend a couple of minutes on this one in a few minutes. Sara Lee, this is another potential short. SLE, the symbol. TZA, this is a ETF 3 times the move of the Russell 2000 ETF, which I love, and we are currently in. I'm going to discuss that in a moment. Let's begin with Almost Family. This is one I profiled last week. A few of my members got in on this one. I have to be honest with you. I did not get in on it, but I provided value to my members by highlighting it for them. And they got in on this stock, and sure enough, they made a nice trade here. My suggestion is going to be that you look to cover that position if you have a nice profit by using a downtrend line on a 15-minute chart. The moment you get a spike above it, stop out and take profits. Don't lose those profits. Almost Family is no longer an extreme overbought stock. If anything, you're going to want to look to get long of the stock. Can it break down further? Of course it can. But as a trade, from a risk to reward perspective, this is not interesting to me anymore. Weekly chart of AFAM. It did pretty much what we wanted it to do. It found its resistance level, reversed, and closed well off of that resistance level. And this is what I went into in the members' Contrarian Commentary, the Week Ahead edition, which I sent out to members last weekend. We focused on historic support and resistance, areas of opportunity where it's safe to get involved with getting short of AFAM. Short interest. Why does that matter on short stocks? Well, join the 14-day free trial offer, and I'll get into that with you. Because I can assure you, I'll be getting into that later on today with our other focus stock. REX, Rex American Resources, another one that we focused last week. On Friday of the previous week, it had formed a topping tail. Monday, Tuesday, topping tails. You knew this sucker was going down. It was a short all day long. Broke right through support on Friday. There could be further downside, but what you want to do is, again, you want to start looking to take profits off the table. This is a great trade. CCI Crown Castle. We did not trade this stock because it did not give us a signal. What it did is it pulled back, it bottomed here, and for those who are into candlestick charting, as I am, you watch for bottoming tails. And a consolidation like this told me that this stock was going to look to move higher. It is no longer an extreme oversold stock. However, it did find resistance at 53.54. So we'll want to look to possibly get short of this stock, or if it breaks out above that resistance level, we'll look at the RSI to see whether or not the RSI goes into extreme overbought territories, and are our other indicators telling us it's safe to get short of Crown Castle. Until those parameters are met, we're just going to watch Crown Castle. It's the safest thing and the most honest thing I can tell you to do at this point in time. Sit, watch, and wait. Those are the best traits that a trader has, the discipline not to just jump in because you might make a profit. No, we want to look for a position where we are pretty much not guaranteed, it's a poor choice of word, where the risk to reward is greatly on our side. That's the best choice of words I can have for you because there are no guarantees in this business. DRCO, I focused this as an extreme oversold stock last week. We did not get into the stock because it did not meet our parameters. However, if you were less disciplined as we are, you would have gotten involved with this stock. You would have had a nice pop, so our screen was right. But for our parameters from a risk-to-reward profile, it just wasn't for us. And you can see how on Thursday it formed a topping tail, Friday an inside day. More than likely you're going to see more weakness. And we'll get involved with DRCO at a price level where we think that the risk-to-reward is more in our favor. And my members already have that from last week's The Week Ahead commentary. The same thing holds true for Neurometrics. And I focus as an extreme oversold stock. Same type of action last week with DRCO, topping tail on, say, Tuesday. Wednesday, you had a massive reversal. Thursday, not a very good day. Friday, it tried to hold support here. We'll see whether or not it can hold. Remember, this is a penny stock, so it's very, very volatile. And you can see an RSI head down into the low teens, if not single digits. So you need to be careful with these penny stocks. It's a completely different discipline than when you have a stock that's trading above $5 per share. Okay, CCMP. CCMP, Cabot Microelectronics, declared a $15 per share dividend, and the stock just cratered on Friday after that distribution. Now, does that make it a bad company? No, of course not. It just doesn't have $15 per share on the books anymore. So they took it down an extra, say, $1.50 a share, $1.75 a share. So, nonetheless, it is on our extreme oversold list. It's just barely there, though. I would like to see this stock trade down somewhat further. And I think looking at the Stokes, you're going to be able to see this stock actually head lower. The Stokes are rolling over, which is good. Good down volume, which was expected. Choppy action. So what we're going to look to do later on today with members is I'm going to go into the short interest on this stock and the historical support and resistance. What areas look good to get long of this stock from a risk-to-reward perspective? Now, on Friday, we did trade this stock for a scalp, about a 59-cent scalp, which was good. It made my Friday. So let's take a look at what we did here. Let's drill down to a 5-minute chart. And here's where we got long of it, right here. And the computer took us out. There's no need to sit in front of your computer to watch to see whether or not you're going to make money. All you need to worry about is are you going to lose money. Set your stops on your computer and allow the computer to do the trades for you. I emphasize that you must take the emotion out of trading. Once you do that, it becomes a very dangerous weapon. Because it is emotion that will kill you in this business. So take the emotion out, learn how to use the software at your disposal, and you don't need to buy a whole bunch of high-tech equipment. It's for free at your broker. Build-A-Bear Workshop. Not sure what went wrong with this company, but it's going further south. You can see how you might want to get along with this on this bottoming tail here. However, it's just not meeting my exact criteria for what I feel comfortable as getting long of this stock yet. I believe it heads lower. Considerably lower, in fact. And I'm going to go into, with members, the historical support and resistance on this stock and short interest and what role that plays in the trade. So please, join the 14-day free trial offer. Balchem Corp, BCPC. This stock is going to go further south. I would not be long of this stock just yet, but it's interesting. It's getting to a level which is interesting. So we're going to be looking at this stock again later on today and going in much further detail. You have an RSI below 18, but again, it goes back to these books that are out there. I always say this. These books that tell you, buy a stock once the RSI goes below 30. These oversimplistic rules will cause you to go bankrupt, especially if you're a new trader. You cannot go by that rule of thumb. It will get you crushed. You need to use several different methods to determine whether or not a stock is safe as a buy. You can use your RSI, but that's only one tool in the toolbox. You need your Stokes. You need your volume. What's your volume telling you? Are there massive numbers of sellers or is selling dropping off here? Your candlesticks tells you whether or not you have support and resistance above. This candlestick action here tells me that you have resistance right here. Look at your topping tail on Thursday. Friday, sure enough, sellers came in, bid the stock down. I do not believe that the support level will hold. I think it's going to break and it's going to go down considerably further. Not only that, you need to pull back in a weekly chart, if not a monthly chart, to see where historic support is on the stock and ensure yourself a safe risk to reward entry point. So many different factors come into play. I can't emphasize it. That's why you need, if you're new to trading or you're a retired investor and you're just looking for some extra income with a small portfolio segment and you want to put it towards more risk, that's why you need the Contrarian Trader. This is what I do. I identify stocks. I coach you through the trade. Even if you have a stock in mind that I don't profile and you want a second opinion on it, shoot me the email. That's part of my service. It's called Trade Coach. Let's move on. Apollo Group. This is an entire industry which Obama has helped to ravage since he's been in office. And sure enough, the stock continues to just break down. It did rally off of its October lows. I'm not going to be a bit surprised eventually to see the stock break down below those lows. As of right now, it's interesting as an extreme oversold stock.